So not much flight simming going on recently. It's well over a year since I posted a proper flight sim video. Am I done with flight sim? Well, time will tell. 24 is on the way. FS 2024 that is, due, we're in October now, so I think it's due in November. I'll probably take a look at that. Still got the flight sim PC, although I'm now using it as my desktop PC. I've dismantled my cockpit and largely disposed of it, sadly. Got a bunch of flight sim stuff on eBay as well. You know, I haven't lost interest in flight simming as such. It's just, I suppose, the frustrations of having an inadequate PC and, you know, running what's essentially cutting edge software on ancient hardware. It's just, most people out there will be familiar with how demoralising that can be. So what I really need to do is start again with the hardware. In the meantime, although I said I've disposed of my cockpit, that's not 100% true. I have retained one part of it. That's the most recent, if you followed along, addition to the cockpit, and that's the Twin Otter autopilot and altitude alert panel. I didn't really have the heart to throw this away because I put so much effort into it, and I'm probably not going to use this anytime soon, so I have been trying to give it away or at least I've been thinking about giving it away. So if anybody out there, and I just have to say, you know, I don't want to just give this away to the first person who says yes, I'll have it please, because there'll be any number of people out there who will just quite casually snap this up and then chuck it in a drawer. But if there's anyone out there who's genuinely interested in getting this going in FS 2020 or even in Prepared or FSX, then, you know, I'd be prepared to send it to you free of charge, maybe depending on where you are at your shipping expense. And I'm happy to help people get this up and running. It's very straightforward. It was a bit of a double-headed monster in my cockpit. This lead connects all the switches to, I mean, they're broken out into this RS232 connector, and I've got a umbilical that mates up to that. And these switches I had connected to a Leo Bodner BBI32 board. The outputs, which are all LEDs, and this one LED digital display, were connected to an Arduino, which I will include, and that was driven by Air Manager. So you would need a copy of Air Manager to do this. Now you could probably do the switches through Air Manager as well. That would make more sense if you're starting from scratch. I think you'd probably need a second Arduino. I can't remember how many inputs and outputs I've got in total, but it would probably be over the limit for one. It's an Arduino Mega, and the software is almost trivial really in Air Manager to get that going. And although this is designed around the Twin Otter, you know, I've successfully wired this up to fly the Bendix King autopilot like you get as standard in the FS 2020 aircraft. You know, there's a few concessions to the way it's marked up. I used these two buttons over here as up down instead of what they're marked up as, so that allows you to program the vertical speed modes. You can watch some of my videos too. I've done lots of videos on this. So there you go, that's the autopilot. You know, I could try and sell this on eBay, but it's a little bit specialist. I'm not sure people are going to be particularly interested in buying that. The other thing that occurs to me is I've destroyed all my panels, which was a bit of a heart sink really, but I've harvested all the components because there's quite an investment in components. I mean, they're on eBay at the minute, but the other interesting thing is, I don't know if people remember back to when I was trying to push my own GPS and autopilot panels. I still have a ton of blanks for those panels. This is not all of them, this is just a little little pile. And I've got enough components to, if I wanted to, you know, put together at least 3 of those, and that's just counting the rotary encoders. I've got about 20 of them. So I could put together some version of those Autopilot Plus and GPS Plus panels, which you can go back and look at the videos on those, and people might be interested in, or maybe even buying those. I did try to sell them as kits for a while, and a few people bought them, so I could put them together as kits. And of course I've still got all the Leo Bodner boards as well, until somebody bids for those on eBay. I've got 8 of those. And I went back and looked at those videos of my own about the functionality of the GPS Plus and Autopilot Plus panels, and I still think they're pretty good panels. So maybe I'll do something with those. I mean, maybe it's worth just saying, if anybody watching this would be interested, leave me a comment or get in touch. Maybe that'll help me gauge whether anybody at all would be interested in that sort of thing. Beyond that, who knows? FS 2024, I'll pretty much certainly take a look at that. Whether I'll go and do anything serious with that, time will tell. I would like to just go back to making review videos for aircraft, maybe. Again, we're hampered by the lack of just visual tools such as we had for FSX, and I'm thinking particularly about camera tools, notably FS Recorder. So maybe 2024's got a new camera system or new features, and maybe there's new tools out there that I haven't come across yet. So yeah, I mean, there is a possibility that my channel will pick up again with some of the flight sim stuff. So there you go, let me know what you think, and maybe we'll be back.